Now that humans are back, this is the first guy I want to try, alright? I know, well, we have LR, Escanor. That one ultimate is cool. And when he gets his relic, I really pray they're not gonna mess him up, because I think one of the coolest releases of all time. I am bringing in here Ban, Arthur, and Zeldris because he doesn't have the BS that LR Escanor has. We can actually run Zeldris. I was actually going to do True Awaken Arthur Showcase today, but didn't have time to. More like I didn't have the luck to get any human drops from the Demon King fight, so that's that's not ideal, right? But I also I have a list, okay? I have a list of characters I want to run with Arthur. If you guys want to give some suggestions as well in the comments, but there's a bunch. There's actually a bunch of humans I really want to try with Arthur because, man, humans have been pretty much unplayable for so long, and now is the time to wipe him out, right? We got Aaron. Aaron's coming up this week for sure. Okay, I'm gonna give you some spoilers of the ones I'm doing this week. So Aaron is probably next. Actually, next would be the True Awakening showcase, but in terms of the like random characters, like not what I would consider to be like the meta options, Aaron is definitely next. Dude, I love Aaron, but not the unit. Aaron, there's Levi, there's Rudius. Why don't we do this? Let me let Escanor shine as well a little bit before we start just ignoring him. 3-6, how much is Escanor doing? He has 4 HP to be fair. Not quite. Not quite. Holy Relic win? Yeah, Kyo. Alright, these 4 I can guarantee are coming out this week. By this week, I mean in the next 7 days. Not like... Because today is already Friday. And depending on where you live, you might consider the week ends on Sunday or Monday. So... Or sorry, the week starts or on Sunday or Monday. I didn't know this actually, but a lot of countries consider Monday the beginning of the week. Where I grew up, Sunday is the beginning of the week. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. So ideally here, right, my big plan for Escanor being an okay character to run with Arthur is mainly his ability to survive KOs. Because, like, the thing is, Arthur is a big protector of the team, right? Everyone knows that. But AoEs will still mess you up. Escanor, if he survives the turn, let's say we get punched up real bad by like a level 3 melee AoE. He can turn it back for us. Like Arthur would survive. Ban and whoever would be the third might not, but Arthur, dude, Arthur's so tanky. He's so tanky with the extra HP. Arthur would survive. Plus, I'm constantly running him with Tarmiel. And then him plus Escanor doing AoEs would be like my backup plan. I hate calling Escanor a backup plan, but listen, he's old, right? He is a year and some change old. Like what, a year and 4 months old? Something like that, a year, 3 months. It is yeah, this damage is bad. This damage is bad. It is expected that he... Is it like... Who came out around Escanor? Let me take a look. Is there a character that has come out around Escanor that is still meta for damage? Unlikely. Damage is the one thing that's always going to be power crept fast. If a character does a bajillion things, it is way harder for them to be phased out. If a character just does damage, granted, Escanor's damage at launch was big, but if a character just does damage, they're gonna get phased out real quick. You know? That's just how it is. Because characters keep doing more and more damage. And especially with the meta we have now. You see Arthur, how much Arthur just did? Escanor cannot even compare. And the difference is Arthur didn't just do damage. He also sealed their HP-related stats and lowered their AoE damage by what, 30%? Escanor would have just done damage. That's the key separation between characters that came out in like 2022 and now, right? I think Demon King is like the point of which it was like, okay, characters are changing once again. Because until I would say like Ban, right? Anniversary Ban came out before Demon King. Ban was garbage. And then he got buffed. And what I think they did was they buffed him to be a character released post Demon King. I saw a comment in one of the Arthur videos just commenting like how crazy it is that, you know, Ban released and he wasn't even supposed to be run with humans. He didn't even have humans as part of his passive, and now he's the backbone of humans. He really is. Like, honestly, Arthur is a better unit than Ban. Not that Ban is bad. Ban is fantastic still, but Arthur is just, I would say, a better unit. Like, obviously, he came out this week. Like, he has to be a better unit, right? He's newer. But, yeah. Imagine humans without Ban. Crazy, right? Crazy that they released Ban that way. But I'm looking at the characters that, you know... There's been phases where characters shifted in, like, design. Right? There are characters before and after, like, Purgatory Ban. Purgatory Ban was like a click that just completely wiped every character behind him, right? And then there are characters before and behind, or sorry, before and after, I think, Demon King. And I guess Ban. Let's do this. It will lower tiers AoE damage. How much we doing here, Escanor? Come on. You know, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. She did have, what's the face? Nanashi passive, so it could have been worse. And I've been saying, like, there's a shift between characters before and after Demon King. Like, oh, they do so much damage now. I feel like damage is a thing that every character does, but not their focus now. Like, Demon King, when you look at his kit, like, yeah, he does a bunch of damage. But, that's not why he's good, right? And every festival does a bunch of damage, but that's not why they're good. They do a bunch of damage, and then they also do some wild, crazy shit, right? I think that's gonna be the best we're gonna see from Escanor. His relic is gonna be great, fellas. It sure will. I mean, listen, Merlin was the release before Escanor, right? Merlin was the festival before Escanor. If Escanor gets a relic this year, I really hope it's not some generic increases attack related stats by 15% if attacking debuff the enemy or something like that, right? I really hope they give him some good stuff because, I mean, you look at Merlin's relic and she went from complete garbage irrelevancy to now being in every Sins team pretty much. Even in the front. Like, people also run Merlin in the front because of her relic. So I hope they treat him good. They would they would have to do a lot of stuff. They would have to pretty much give him a new passive. Because like I said, damage is not the big winner. It was when this Escanor came out. Like, Escanor was so strong, so unbelievably powerful in terms of damage that it didn't matter. Like, nothing mattered. Yeah, this character does this, who cares? Escanor one-shots them, right? But characters now are so intricate that they can't get one-shotted because they're doing like 7 different things that prevent that happening, right? You look at Ban, he attack lowers you, he gives HP to the whole team, and he does a guaranteed crit hit that does increased damage per debuff, which he provides all the debuffs. Like, he provides the debuffs that he does increased damage against. He lowers crit chance by 100%. Like, he's doing like several things. And you know what? He wasn't gonna be all this good until we all complained. So I think the Demon King really is like the mark on a before and after. Actually, you know, if you consider, let's pretend Ban did not release the way he did. Let's pretend day 1 Ban was exactly how he is right now. He was godly and he was super, super fantastic. Everyone loved him. That would be, because then Tyr came out like right after. Tyr is also like, you cannot compare Tyr to a festival that released before him, because the festivals that released before him were all destroyed by him. You have I guess Ban, but Ban pre-buff would have been considered someone should get destroyed by Tyr, and even post-buff at the time, but mainly pre-buff. You're looking at Purgatory Melee, he was getting one shot by Tyr. He was. Purgatory Melee was already starting to fall off because of the power creep from these characters. Let's let Escanor do a hit here on King. See, if Escanor was able to like cleanse these debuffs, because like, yeah, he can't be lowered, but he can, because the enhanced stats are lowered. So the basic stats that Arthur is giving Escanor are being lowered right now by Ban. Yeah, like, it's really unfortunate that they gave him this passive, which he can't be lowered, but he can. Because shortly after his release, Mael came out, and Mael cannot be lowered at all. Not even enhanced stats, nothing. And the whole team can't be lowered, right? So, I mean, if they gave Escanor a relic that was more support for the team, he would be such a good unit. Imagine this team, but then Escanor gave basic stats, right? Made the whole team not be able to be lowered at all. Not this BS of the enhanced can also be lowered. That's it. He doesn't even need anything else. If he just did that, basic stats, maybe throw in 10% damage reduction, and then the team cannot be lowered at all. Yeah, he would be so good. And then you might think, oh, but that would be too strong. Dude, Merlin provides the team 30% damage reduction and 15% basic stats. I'm saying, same amount of basic stats, 15, right? 5 per character, right? Just like Arthur's passive, 15% basic stats, and then the ability to not be lowered, and then maybe a little bit of damage reduction. Oh, that's stronger than Merlin's. It's Escanor, dude. Who is Merlin when Escanor is a thing? You know what I mean? It's freaking Escanor. He deserves the best. I made a mistake facing my last Zahard, so I'll try not to do that again. Zahard can be... He can be a troublesome guy if you're running humans. And not if it's a bot, because then he does that. When you're running humans, Zahard can be a trouble. Listen, I hate mentioning Zahard as much as the next guy, alright? I hate that I do that, but now he's kind of nice. I'm looking at Zahard and I'm like, dude, now that practically no one is running Esterosa Commandment, you kind of can run him. He's not meta. Like, if you have whale box CC and... Can he kill? No! He would have double killed if he did. Damn. Hell can do a lot of damage to Arthur. We have, what, 50% extra HP? This is gonna be epic. That did more than I expected, I'm not gonna lie. Hell, don't do it. Okay. Hell could have killed us. If you had like a level 2 single target or something, that would have demolished Arthur. Do I let dude? Ask her it. Let's go. I'll ask her to do his thing. Come on. Show me. Show me, Escanor. You got this. You got this. Yeah. Like, you see Whales running Zahard in top 100, but that's because it's because you face bots. Zahard can face bots. I'll tell you that. But unknown for humans, right? So unknown is a troublesome team to deal with because there's no one helping with the debuffs. You look at, you know, the other meta teams in the game. Sins, demons, and goddesses. Those are the other 3 meta teams. I think humans is meta now. So there's the 4 meta teams. Humans, sins, demons, and goddesses. The other 3 meta teams can deal with debuffs. Humans cannot. It's like Arthur cleanses 2 debuffs when you get the 4 ult gauge. And that's it. That's all you're getting. That is not the greatest thing ever. Not the greatest thing ever. And then the other characters ain't doing nothing. So unknowns are way harder to beat for humans than any other meta team because of that. Because they're so focused on those debuffs, right? Like if you cleanse tier debuff, it becomes a lot harder for Zahard to, you know, do his thing on you. Especially the AoE. And if you can cleanse Hell debuff, she can't do much, right? But if you can't, if you AoE them, Hell is popping off, dude. Hell is only a threat against humans, really. You look at any other meta team, Hell is a Hell is a nobody against goddesses. And pretty much the other teams, right? Because you can just cleanse the debuffs. Humans, ooh, it's a different story. Man, I really want Escanor to do something, but like, look at the difference in power. Incomparable. Alright, these 2 units are incomparable. The difference between Arthur and Escanor is is like comparing Goddess Liz to the current Liz. No joke. That is how much stronger Arthur is. It's like comparing first anniversary Goddess Liz to the current Light Liz. That's the gap. I think some people might think this is exaggerated, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Arthur is on a whole different level to any character that released before Meliodas. I think Meliodas, you can make a case, is still better than Arthur. Mainly because of his team. But as an individual character, Arthur just... So for Arthur, we got 2 things that I'm mainly looking forward to. This Escanor Holy Relic and the next banner. Last year, this time slot was Mael. The character that released after Mael was Green Ludociel, which was bad, but he was meant for Ludociel. So I'm going to assume the next banner is going to be meant for Arthur, as a support for Arthur. And then if you look even deeper, 2021, Merlin came out. March, 1 month later, the collab with ReZero came out. 3 characters meant for Merlin. 2 of them were good. And then you look at 2022, The End came out. April, a little longer, but April, Tarmiel releases. And you may say that's a stretch, but I genuinely think Red Tarmiel was meant for The End. The End was so garbage, so bad, so like genuinely terrible at release. Especially like festivals aren't bad. No, never. We've had a festival that was irredeemable. The end pretty much was. Then Tarmiel came out, and that was that was like the end released again. It was like they easy ate her. She got a buff to her, right then and there. She got a holy relic just for herself. Before, was that before holy relics? No, right? No. But it was a different unit after Tarmiel Link. She was a complete joke, and then she became the best unit in the game. So I think it's not a stretch, dude. I don't think so. I think he was meant for her. Anyways, looking forward to the Arthur buffs and Escanor Holy Relic potentially.